Hey, what's going on, guys? Once again, Ozzy and Abner back with another episode of Unfiltered Garage. Today, we're going to be talking about how we can build a motorcycle community, tips for beginners. And Ozzy, what are we talking about today?
My dude, so this is a little bit of a funny one because we always advocate not don't start anything, don't start your own motorcycle ministry, don't start your motorcycle community, motorcycle club, don't start your own. I enjoy something. We always talk about that. But listen, even if you're starting something or you did your homework, you look around for a organization that looks like or aligns with your values. You look around for an organization that that it was fulfilling when you were looking around for a home and you couldn't find one. Dude, that is a legit reason for you to start your own. But not only that, there is a lot of area contacts or people that belong, in your case, and people that belong to a motorcycle ministry or nomads, if you will, that are out there, man, and they really want to ride around other people, brothers, and they want to find brothers, and they want to build that community because there is a lot of power in that community. Man, that's what we're going to be talking about. We have done this. We did that. And I say we because we built the chapter of your organization in Miami together. And you were there with me. And also, I'm doing it with the motorcycle club. So, or I did it with the motorcycle club. So, there's key elements, if you will, to finding a tribe and to finding your community and to keep the community tight and to keep the community riding and the community very excited about being part of a motorcycle organization. By the way, it could be just a group of friends that are riding together. It doesn't have to be super organized. That's why we use the word community. And because, I don't want to label it as a motorcycle club or motorcycle ministry or motorcycle association or anything like that. No, it's a group of guys that ride together and with, a um, common interest for motorcycles, right? So that's pretty much how I see it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Again, I think it's super important that we mention the fact that a lot of these principles really also apply to finding the group, a group. It's interesting because we say that sometimes it's hard to find an existing group. Truly, I think that it may come down to how hard are you looking,
Mhm.
right? Because one of the things that I believe in firmly is that purpose should drive what you're looking for. What's your purpose? So fine, you like to ride, but really, what is your purpose? Is your purpose just to see scenery? Is it to spend time with other like-minded people? So that purpose needs to be defined. What is your purpose? And it's super important that we understand that there needs to be a definition of that purpose, and that will help you find the right group of people. And if you're going to build a group, a community, like you say, because we're not going to put any labels on it. If you're going to build a community of like-minded people,
Mm-hmm.
the purpose is going to be the glue. Because if everybody has the same purpose, there are other factors that really won't be as defining or won't play that big of a part, because sometimes we're not all going to get together on everything. We're not going to agree on everything. You and I, we disagree fundamentally on a couple of things that are really very, very poignant. However, we have a purpose in our hearts with what we do in the communities that we participate in. So I just wanted to sow that seed of purpose. But let's go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Let's get
that's
into the thick
important,
of it.
dude. Yeah. So listen, the first thing is that, dude, how do you find people that are similar to you? How do you find people that have the same interests? And this has changed a lot because you said to me when we started the motorcycle ministry here in Miami 7 years, some change ago, it was different. But right now it has changed a lot, and with the use of social media, man. And I'm going to be really, really clear with this. And start posting and start using hashtags and start posting, start looking and start browsing Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those online communities, man. You're going to find a lot of fellow writers online, believe it or not. Right now in Facebook, I don't know how it's in your state, and I don't know how it's in Alaska, for instance. I don't know how it's in your city, but I can tell you how it is in Florida. And Florida is a state that has the advantage and the benefit that we get to ride pretty much. If we don't have a hurricane, we could be riding, right? I mean, our real hey, we don't ride when it's raining upside down. It's almost a a mini cat four in here. That's when we don't ride. But the rest of the time we do ride in Florida, right? But it's
Yeah, we're
hot or
blessed
not.
with that.
We are blessed like that, right? So, but there. So what had happened? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it. There's a lot of communities, small groups, mostly on Facebook or on Instagram that, I started writing with guys that like Dyna and how I found it. And I'm talking about 7 years ago. They had an Instagram page called South Florida Dynas, and I reached out to them, say, hey man, what do you guys have organized rides? They will post that. They will just put it out there. There's another group in here, don't remember the name, but they live out of Cafe 27, or I think, and they just get together, man, and they just post it on Instagram and say, hey, we're gonna have the ride. So if you're looking for community, or if you want to build a community, man, social media is an amazing tool for that. There are groups on Facebook that they get together, South Florida Riders, South Florida Bike Night, South Florida. There's 10,000 groups out there that, you can start checking out their posts and feeling people and just looking at what to do or what not to do. One of my brothers in the motorcycle club, this is the only one that I before meeting him personally, hey, handshake, actually, two of them. I met them online. Uh, uh, they reach out, nothing funny, nothing, I'm a Christian. So I reach out to them, say, hey, man, so and so, whatever. One of them was asking for uh, an artist for his motorcycle. He wanted to do something on his motorcycle. I said, I know this guy. I don't know how much of an artist he is. He's good. And I say, hey man, have a good day. God bless you. And he said, oh, you're a Christian? I say, yeah, I'm a Christian. And you're right. So online is a pretty epic way to do it. How about you? Do you think online is? What is your experience with the online?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm not too much of an online type of guy, but that's me, right? And it's just, I don't, I see the value in it, and we post things online because, again, there are people that are all looking. I'm not one of those guys. I'm more of a go to where the people gather. So that's the next thing that we're talking about, local meetups.
Mhm.
For those people that don't feel comfortable, right? It seems a little bit too much like, I don't know, online dating. They don't want to get involved in they don't trust it, or they don't feel that's their bag. Go to the local meetups. Bikers like to congregate together at different places. For example, down here in South Florida, everybody knows Dates Corner. Dates Corner is just a gas station where people kind of meet up to go places and ride. It's in a very strategic place right there at the entrance of State Road 41, Tamiami Trail, or if not, you want to go up north, it's right there on Chrome Avenue. So that's a really nice meeting place where groups get together. Now, what I have noticed is that, bikers by and large are friendly to other bikers, right? We have that common ground. That's what we have in common. We have a love for the road. And if you are getting into this and you're looking for a good group to ride with, that's an opportunity, right? Or you can go to Cafe 27, which is, right, that's a local place. And these places, I'm mentioning these different places, but wherever you're from,
They have to
find out,
they have to have
and
their
they
own
have their
Cafe
own Cafe
27.
27. They're going to
They
have
have
their
their
own
own thing.
Dates Corner.
Yeah,
They have, the spot. Let's call it the spot. What
bro.
is the spot? What?
Bike nights. Bike
Bike
nights.
nights. Yeah, for sure.
Going to
Bike
bike
nights.
nights, bro.
Bike nights. You name it. Listen, bikers, one thing that they love to do is to park their bikes and chit chat around them, right? They congregate, they have some fun, they chop it up. And one of the things that you can always do is just be bold and say, hey, how you doing? I like your bike, man. It's a beautiful bike, right?
Don't like,
Be
please.
mindful. Huh?
Don't
Come
like.
again?
If you don't
Well,
like, you don't really like.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
you know
wouldn't
what
say
they
that
say,
too.
right?
Oh, I
If you don't
actually
have
love your
anything nice to
Ducati.
say, don't say anything. If you don't have anything to say, don't say anything.
I
But
don't go out anymore.
um, truly, this is just, it's a great opportunity to meet people. That's what bikers do. They meet and they say, hey, what's
And they
up? Now, mind
congregate.
you,
You see You see, man, in those places, you see they congregate. Man, even if they don't know no one, they just go there to park the motorcycle and let's say you see the guys on the capo racers with all the capo racers and they're just congregating in there. Harleys are yeah. So you see the guys
Again,
on
right?
the Ducati.
Like-minded people will congregate. You know that they say that birds of a feather stick together. That's what we're talking about. You'll see the Sportster guys together. You'll see the bagger dudes, kind of like you'll see the Ducatis, the cafe racers. All these different subsets within the community band together. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, go ahead. You gonna say
No,
something?
can I give you another one? That
Sure.
is, it don't matter what kind of motorcycle you have. And I've never been to, I've been to one, but I don't have the same experience. Don't matter what motorcycle you have. Don't matter that you have a car truck. It doesn't matter the brand or the year of the motorcycle. But if you go to a Harley Davidson dealership, you're going to find a lot of people. Please don't be afraid to go on your non-Harley motorcycle because they're trying to get you on a Harley, so they are not gonna give you the stinky eye. But people
Not
at a
at all.
large, you mentioned it, they're friendly and they're going to, yeah, bro. Like, I mean, they're gonna make fun of you. That's part of the culture. Or you're gonna tell you something like, hey man, you need a Harley, but dude, you're gonna find nice people. So this is something that a lot of people that do not have a Harley have a hesitation. And Harley put great events for the most part, in every
Oh,
single city. Go ahead, buddy.
for sure. No, that's 100% accurate. I mean, that's one of my places to hang out all the time. I do
Yeah.
ministry at those dealerships,
Yeah.
right? That's my bread and butter. And I can tell you, we welcome anybody and everybody. That is really what the Harley dealership is about. And yeah, don't get it twisted. They're going to try to sell you a motorcycle. But if you
Yeah.
go to any type of dealership, that's what they're doing. They're trying to see
That's their
who
job,
they
right?
can service. That is their
Yes,
job.
sir. That's their
Now,
job.
I think it's, super important to just point out that, as much as you're going to these places to see and take a look at the scenery and you're shopping around, be mindful that people are there also shopping around, right? So people know that these are the places where, we all congregate, and those that are looking to meet other like-minded with, commonalities amongst themselves, that's what they're also looking for.
Mhm.
So yeah, don't be shy. Don't be too shy. I mean, again, if you're shy and you don't want to share all that much, well, that's fine. But remember what you're going there for, right? You have to
Exactly.
think about,
There you go.
getting out of your comfort zone, and you're already on two wheels, so you can't be all that, frightened to do new things. You're on two wheels. Just be bold and, say, hey, walk up to people. And, I've never had a bad experience walking up to somebody that I don't know absolutely from Adam and saying, hey man, your bike is beautiful. This is awesome. I mean, I love what you've done to it. And these are all, they're heartfelt comments. I'm not lying. I'm not making stuff up. It's like Ozzy said, you don't have to lie. I mean, again, if there's nothing nice to
It's a great
say,
experience. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great experience. And
yeah,
it's beautiful to see the community coming on live. Man, a couple of places where that happened. Groups, the guys that love cars, they're just bro, awesome people. I don't know what to tell you. And
absolutely.
going to a dog park, bro, you're just gonna find awesome people. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I'm sorry. So that's why I don't trust people that don't like dogs. That don't like, man. No, I'm a cat person. I don't trust you. Like, yeah, but I don't. Well, I'm a cat person. I don't like dogs. I don't trust you, bro. I don't need you in my crew. For real, like for real. That is a for real situation. Like, just don't trust someone that don't like dogs. It's my pet peeve. Listen,
Yeah.
something else is riding groups, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you have a Harley and you want to start riding with people and start kind of like learning how to create community, or you want to try to snatch people to your own group, man, no shame in their game. Harley Davidson has, or Indian riding groups, or any of those riding groups that are put by a dealership. Man, I know that BMW has a group of guys that also I mean, in South Florida, that doesn't happen. They don't, there's not adventure biking in South Florida per se. But, I know that BMWs, they have people that ride together. The dealership sponsor those kind of stuff. your brand sponsor this kind of stuff because they need you on the road and they need your riding and they need you because riding means that you're going to come. They don't make money on the motorcycle that they sold you. They make money on the service, on the maintenance, on the keep up of that motorcycle. So those groups are awesome. They are an amazing option. I used to belong to one of those. You belong to one of those, and the community that you have in there, it is pretty amazing. The people that I
Yeah.
met to this day, we run into each other, man, and it's family. It becomes like that, man. I run into my former hog director. And every time that I run into the current directors that are, man, it's a hug. It's how are you doing? How is the family? How are your kids? It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me? Those are
No,
awesome places to discover
listen,
people, man.
1,000%. I mean, I love my hog group. I belong to the hog chapter from Peterson's, North. Shout out to 694.
Shout
And
out to all of them, man. Great people. Love all of them.
I tell you something, if one dealer, really, if one motorcycle manufacturer and dealer knows how to build community, it's Harley. Harley's
Yes, sir.
Owners Group, they've been around for years and they
Yes,
are
sir.
doing a phenomenal job. They
Yes,
do
sir.
challenges. And listen, if you have a Harley and you are looking for a group, go to your hog chapter, join up,
How much is
you're
it?
gonna find
How much is it?
that's
Can you tell?
$25. It's $25 to be a part of a local chapter. Maybe it could be 35. Every chapter, local dealership chapter has a fee, but then you have the national fee. And that comes with a whole other slew of benefits. You get roadside assistance. You can get roadside assistance with your membership. You get little tchotchkes that they send every year. When you go to Daytona, you get a free T-shirt, pins every year. Because Hog is such a huge organization, there are just plenty of rides, challenges. If you were to just focus on Hog, you would have your hands full. That's 100% accurate. Again, I mean, I belong to my chapter, and that is where my ministry focuses. At least 50% of the time is going to be ministering and serving Hog. So I can tell you, and I can attest that it's a great community. So if you're starting out and you kind of want to, and I'm gonna say this again because you will never hear us recommending anybody to start something new. The reason why is because why reinvent the wheel? There is so much work that needs to go into that. Mind you, if you feel compelled and you feel that God is calling you to start something new because your take is so much more different, then by all means, I mean, you follow your heart and you follow whatever voice of God that you're listening to and you're hearing. However, I can tell you that there are plethora of opportunities. Now, if you are trying to build, you can visit here and you can take a lot of ideas and just go through the experience, right? And see how this is run and how they organize it, because there's a lot of things that you can learn, but you will find definitely great people there and people of all ages, men, women, even some really young people. Harley's doing a great job getting younger people involved.
I think
So,
so. I have to agree, man. I saw an evolution on that. So, well, listen, dude, you find your people. You got your guys, you got your gals, you got you got people that you're start writing with. What is the next step, right? Like, so how do I create? Because finding people is step one. It's difficult as it is. It's difficult as it is. But now, how do I keep up with these guys? So how do what do I do then? How do I create community? How to
we,
create community? It's a challenge because everybody has a different, and different situations. Everybody have a different work hours. It's not that, especially if you're riding a Harley Davidson motorcycle, man. You need to work and for long hours because you have to pay for that. It's a blue collar hobby.
yeah,
Um,
there's no
well, how
snap
do you?
or EBT for this.
No. So listen. One of the things that have helped me create community has been I took a page from the book of the Teachers Association, and is that I created a chat immediately, like a group chat, a group text, or something like that.
Another one of those.
Yeah, I know one of those, and as much as people hate that, it creates community, man. It creates community. creates engagement, and you start, it creates a conversation. An asynchronous a conversation, because I know I can send you a text message, and you're probably working, and you reply when you can reply. Oh, hey, this is my, I seen stuff, silly stuff like, hey, she's ready, and snap a picture of your motorcycle after you watch the motorcycle. She's ready to go. Who's riding? Stuff like that, So uh, clear communication. Communication has to be clear. Communication has to be. Don't abuse that chat. Don't start talking about your personal problems. These people, they don't know if they like you. So don't abuse the chat. Don't overwhelm people with the communication either. But be clear, right? Be clear about, hey, this is where on Friday. Make sure that you say stuff like on Friday, March 20 something, whatever the case. March. This is gonna be March 14th. On Friday, March 14th, make sure to fill out your motorcycle, because we are all leaving, and we're gonna meet here at 7 p.m. and we're leaving at 7:30, that kind of stuff. Whatever it is, be open and be clear with the communication. That's extremely important. Anything they want to
Yeah,
do.
for sure. I mean, again, right? The good thing about these chats is that they're interactive, right? People can respond immediately and you see the engagement. If you see people that, and this is going to be also a really good way, it's kind of a litmus test to see who is engaged and who is really, I want to say, motivated with the whole idea of whatever you guys are doing. If you see that, there's somebody that reads everything and maybe perhaps doesn't answer, or there's no participation, well, then you already know that, all right, this person may be too busy or maybe has no interest. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're working with a team of people and you're trying to have forward movement, you're going to make sure that you pay attention to those people that are engaged. Not that you're going to ignore anybody else, but you need to focus on those that are really, engaged. And it may not be everybody that's in the chat. So I wouldn't get too overly excited, because now you have a chat of 30 people, because maybe out of the 30, you only have 10, or maybe 5 or 6 or 8 that are really engaged. That's fine. Don't feel like, oh man, it's not working. No, you got a great group of little people, a great group of people that are engaged. Focus on those people, and then cater maybe to that group of people, right? That open communication is going to help them, or help you kind of identify who are your major players and who are your constant players, who's going to be your starting 5, so to speak, on your team. But yeah, definitely. And then what do we have? A shared passion. Talk to us about that, Ozzy.
Dude, so this is pretty similar to having a purpose, right? So in my organization, and I'm talking about faith-driven people now. Actually, no, let's not talk about that. But this, to me, this is all about faith. So
No, talk about it. Talk about it.
in my
Talk
organization,
about it.
we have certain standards, and the standards are given because we want people that love God the same way that the same way that well, actually, we love God more than what we love our families, more than what we love our motorcycles, right? So when we have a passion for motorcycle, we do have a passion for riding. We have a passion for that kind of stuff. We are bikers, right? There are organizations where their passion is, man, I know organizations that they do not ride all the time, but my God, they surf all the time. So meaning, and I want to be really clear with this. And I'm talking about motorcycle, something they don't have to show up on two wheels, but they show up they never show up empty-handed. So, that's who they are. They might be on a car, but empty-handed, never. And they are congregated because they have a passion for motorcycles. So that is something that's important. If you like long distance riding, you love long distance riding, and that is the community that you want to create. Just stop talking to. I'm gonna be simple. Stop talking to the guy that only wants to ride locally. That is the moment where you have to make a decision, and if you're the one forming the community, say, "Hey, man, we like you, we love you, man. We're not kicking you out, but uh, we're not gonna ride locally. We're just going to we form this. The name is in there. Long distance riders of South Florida, for instance. So find a shared passion. Find something that glue you guys. You began this episode with that. What is the purpose? it comes back to purpose. What is the purpose? If you don't have a
Yeah.
common purpose, man, there is you can have the same motorcycle. You have you. Hey, let me put it this way: there are motorcycle clubs and motorcycle organizations that they fall apart. The reason why is because the only thing that those guys have in common is
Mm.
right. They don't have in common the purpose. They have in common the only thing that they have in common is a patch. So the ones that thrive, they put a patch to their purpose. So I'm going to repeat that the organizations that thrive, the organizations that are standing, that are being, you hear organizations like yours, 20 plus years, almost 30 years now, closer to 30 years than to the 20s. The only reason why that happened is because they put a patch to a purpose. They had the purpose before having the patch. So that to me is extremely important. That is, I mean, if you were to summarize all this episode, you want to fast forward, we'll go to minute 25, 27, and just save the rest if you want to. But purpose is the key to forming any community or any organization.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I just kind of got
no,
passionate there.
no, I agree with you 100%. And you know what? Shared passion, when we talk about shared passion, and I'm going to talk personally, right? My passion is serving God. And serving God, my motorcycle is just really a tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a tool. If I couldn't have the motorcycle, I would still try to do what I do, which is, share the love of Christ with everybody and anybody that has the stomach to listen to what I have to say. But don't be afraid to let people know that if whatever purpose, whatever shared passion, it's more important than, right? Because some people are willing to maybe give way to other things because they don't want the group to wean it down. Because right, they have a group of people, but when they start to identify and when the shared passion is, there's going to be people that say, well, you know what, I like this, but I really don't like this. If the shared passion is the primary, right, then maybe this isn't the group for you. And you guys, that's how you protect the community. It's a collective. It's not about one person. And if you have a couple of members or people that are kind of, because remember, this is still, it's still building, and people are kind of identifying as, you know what, I kind of like this, but I really don't like this. Like, to use the example that you mentioned, I'm not into the long distance riding. Well, I don't know what to tell you because, if you don't like the long distance riding, you can drop off right about this exit because we're going to keep on going. Nobody can get their feelings hurt, and they shouldn't, because that's the purpose. The purpose in our case is to be able to share the love of Jesus however we can. And you have people that they're not with it, then they're not with it. Let's keep on moving, right? Don't feel bad, but that is super important. That shared passion, because that is what's going to help it grow. Now, I love what you mentioned here, which is community service. Give me it. Well, what are we talking about? Unpack that.
Listen, dude, is we have seen this time and time again. And let me bring it up a little bit. Uh, give you guys a real example. Uh, in the city of Miami, we have different clubs, right? Like Mary or City. That, but one of the things that unite us the most is when we give together.
Mm.
And listen, you've been part of those events too. You've been on some of those, and it don't matter what patch do you have in your back. We once again we have a main purpose, but now the purpose is not only, hey, it's a passion for BMWs. Yes, no. This is, and we want to bless the kids. And we're going to bless the kids in this way. This is the way that we're going to bless the kids. This is the way that we're going to do this and that. So for us, it's community service, serving your city, going somewhere. It creates feel
Mm.
good endorphins, right? So and that helps you to overlook something, some stuff that are minimal, right? Your excuses are going to become really minimal compared to the love and to the benefit of serving the community. because now it's not about you anymore. Now it's not about what, oh my God, I'm comfortable or not. Now it's about serving and helping others. And serving is a huge antidote against selfishness. So,
Mm.
that is something that for me is extremely important to include in every community that I'm forming.
I love the sound of that. Serving is the antidote for selfishness. That is awesome. Something like that you said, right? Serving is what?
Yeah. 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 That's what I said. Exactly.
I can tell you something. Nothing unites people like a common goal, and service is great. An example of that is when there are hurricanes and when there are
Uh-huh.
natural
There you go.
disasters. I know that in Puerto Rico, when I used to live in Puerto Rico, if there was debris in the street, everybody
The
went
FEMA
to the
truck.
street, and everybody, come
The
again?
FEMA truck.
Oh, the FEMA trucks, of course, jump in the back. So stop it, bro. So we would go to the streets, and not all and this is very normal. Not all neighbors get along, but it didn't matter, because right
Matter,
now
man.
what we have is we have to clear the road so that we can get in and out
Yes.
to our loved ones. So we would bond together. We would cook common meals. It was like we had a soup kitchen, a common kitchen, because everybody had food that if we didn't eat it, it was going to spoil. And we knew
And
that
then
we couldn't eat it all ourselves. So every house would kind of take turns, and we would just do a street-wide potluck. And again, these are people that sometimes, neighbors are your closest family members. And you fight a lot with family. That's not uncommon. But it was the common goal. It was the serving each other that brought us together. I think that when you mention the community service, how can you, and that's a big deal in the community that we are in, the biker community. Serving is a huge portion of it. That's why every year you're going to have toy runs. You're going to have people that have, God bless them, biker funds for people that go down. You have people that want to feed the homeless, right? Because they see the blessings that they have not only food, and they have certain securities, and they're comfortable, but they're comfortable enough to have a 20 or maybe $30,000 motorcycle as a hobby. So they see opportunities to serve and they jump on it. That's why this community it's such a beauty to be able to participate and be part of it in any way, in any shape or form that you can be part of this community. It's always a blessing. It's always a great thing. It's a benefit to you. And we all get together and we rally around serving
yeah.
one another. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that is a really good thing. And if you provide avenues for that, then you will be able to also help build whatever kind of group you're forming, right? So community service and serving is key. It is key. Purpose. What are we talking about? When
So,
we say we have here what planning memorable group rides, give me that. You're
so do it,
pretty much an expert on that.
so, man. I You need to cater to your audience, right? So this is something that I if you're a leader, my job, my motorcycle club, I am the P. My job is to serve the table. Whatever the table the club wants to do, my job is to make sure that we're executing the agenda of the table, right? I mean, what the brother wants to do. I'm gonna give you an example. I much rather doing more service in our club, more feed the homeless. But my club, they prefer a different kind of service. I'm okay with that. My job is to make sure that that is executed. Same with the ride, right? So same there with the rides. I cannot organize rides that I am that I'm the only one that likes, right? I cannot organize rides, which I did past several times. What is it called? An axi. That's it. Well, I still have that, man. I need to go to therapy to forgive you.
We had them bathroom breaks programmed.
But dude, it was important. Make sure that that you're planning rides. Make sure that you're planning rides. Make sure this is a motorcycle community that you're trying to form. You're not trying to form. Sometimes MC start for a messenger chat. Not for motorcycle club. MMs are for messenger ministry, right? That they're just texting, and it's more than that. You need to be writing, because
Right.
what happens is that people are making payments on their motorcycles and they're not riding. That they feel like something. So organize ride, man. Organize ride, but cater to your audience, right? Like if people like personally speaking, I like country roads, or whatever version of country roads we have in here. And I say this like if we have twisted, we don't, guys. We don't have twisted in South Florida. We might have one of these, and that's it. We don't
Yeah.
have twisted, but I like country roads better. But my crew likes expressway, and they don't like to be waiting. They just don't have the patience. So we organize those, right? And sometimes we just organize something a little bit more scenic, if you will. It's important. It's important to organize rides. It's important to be out and about. It creates community. There's nothing like being on a parking lot, talking, resting, or being at a gas station for a gas stop and having some water, having some whatever, some soda, whatever is the case, man. And just sharing commonality and just uh taking pictures, looking at the GoPro, the Insta 360, the video that you took, man. That's important, but make them memorable. Make them, I sometimes don't remember what I have for breakfast today. I actually don't remember what I have for breakfast. Oh yeah, I do, but I remember rice. I do remember rice, and there are certain rice that are forever gonna be here, man. I mean, Mexico. Riding to Guatemala from Mexico, I'm never gonna forget that ride. Never gonna forget that ride. The first time we went to Daytona, we went straight to Daytona, and then we said, "Oh, we have to go to the hotel," and I didn't have a jacket or anything like that.
Yeah.
Never gonna forget that.
That was
Never.
that was rough. That was rough.
That was rough.
Yeah. You know what? Writing is so important. And I'll say this, even in our ministry, the ministry that I'm in, and writing is important. And I'm going to say something. It's not the most important aspect of what we do, because if we plan a ride and for whatever reason the ride is stifled, we can't do it, but we do get to fulfill our purpose, which is to share the love of Christ, then it was a win. However, we cannot forget that we are on tour. And like you said, we bought these beautiful machines. We want to use them. And writing will always give us the opportunity, like you just mentioned, to build memories, but it also builds that community. And the reason is because, and I'm going to slip this in, the group dynamics. Everybody's going to have something to do. Everybody's going to have a position. Everybody's going to have a role. And that is how you build a unit. Yesterday, I was working with some children, and we were working on some basic military formation moves. And I was telling them that this is going to build you guys up as a unit. The same thing goes with the writing. When you're writing together, when you're writing with a group of your friends, your colleagues, right? Because maybe at this point, you guys are not yet an organization, right? Maybe you haven't formalized anything. So right now, you're just a group of friends. But as much as you can make that a unit where everybody is tight and everybody is responding and they're reacting certain ways to the road, now you have something which is a unit. And it's very much, I don't know if you remember, Ozzy, when we would ride with Bam Bam, and maybe Starsky was on with us, and we were maybe 4 or 5 deep, and we would do our little, we had to do lane changes or whatever.
Oh yeah, that looked like a lead. It was epic. That was epic.
It's a satisfying because
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
You get to notice how people are now, they're thinking alike, they're moving alike, they're keeping it tight, which is all to say beneficial for our own safety. And that's something that we are also going to talk about, right? So riding is super important, and you have to plan the rides. I mean, sometimes impromptu, let's just go out. I remember we said, let's go out for some gas. It was the pandemic. Let's go out for some gas. That wasn't a planned ride, but it became a memory that to this day, that's where Bam Bam got his road name. He scarfed down a sandwich, a whole foot-long sandwich. He scarfed it down in, -1 minute. He just
Yeah, that was second, bro.
He went to town on that sandwich, but
Do
that
you
was an
remember the way
unplanned ride.
burrito? Just that team,
Oh no,
that it was
forget it.
kind of
No,
like
bro. This
the
guy,
little
you know what?
baby.
We could have named him a dry vac, and it would have been perfect because he's a vacuum. But God bless you, Bam. Those were unplanned rides. So yeah, you plan them or you maybe unplan them, but just do a ride and make sure that everybody's okay with the idea of riding. And yeah, that's super important. And then I kind of mentioned safety, but give it to me, man. What are we talking about? Safety,
Man,
safety
listen,
first.
safety to me is one of the most important things. And safety is not only my rock captain when he's planning a route or a ride or a place to go, he will reject the place where we want to go just because we don't have enough parking space for the pack. Okay, so no, we're just gonna have to parking here is difficult. Or he will tell us we're parking here, but if you want to go to this restaurant, we're gonna have to walk because parking is not safe in there. You know, gravel won't do it.
Mm.
I mean, he will do it with us, right? But no, with when we have open rides that we invite people, won't do it. He is pretty adamant on that. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. We won't do that. And so, you know, safety, having safety in mind at all times. That means, dude, don't ride if you're leading the ride or you are organizing the ride. Man, ask around. Hey, man, what is the speed that you feel comfortable going at? And
Mm.
and state at that. Don't
Yep.
don't I hate those, and that's something that Hog does pretty good, by the way. They quickly determine who. If you don't know how to ride group, join Hog. I just want to let you know that. But they quickly determine who is the fastest guy and who is the slowest guy, and they go to the pace of the slowest guy, right? So safety means making sure that that if somebody's invited, right, into your ride, that person knows all the hand signals and the coordination, that they know the route, that they know that they can know information, and if they leave information, they better do it for good, because they're not coming back to my ride. They're not just like, oh, I left information so I can take a picture on. Oh, you're not coming back. You're out. I mean, see you home. I'll text you when you text you. So all those things, man, is important. And one of when you're starting a motorcycle community, your motorcycle community, you tend to overlook that, and it's so key and so important because we always say this, Abner, that we don't want to be the one making that phone call to someone's wife. I don't want to be that guy.
No.
So for me, it's speed, controlling the speed, controlling the traffic. Dude, if you have a big pack and God bless you with 12 guys, stay in the lane that is gonna exit, bro. I mean, this is a rock. If you cannot deal with, oh my God, the traffic, bro, then ride at night or early in the morning when there's no traffic. This is good, but be safe for the love of God. Be safe and keep your path safe. This is to
Yeah.
enjoy. This is not to be scared and to feel, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, you know what? The mere thought of having that conversation of maybe facing a family member, some daughters, some sons, and having to say, listen, there was a tragic accident. Nobody wants to even think about
No,
that, but
I
it
don't.
is a reality. That's the reality. And that is why, another reason why you should really think about, okay, am I as an organizer, as somebody that is kind of thinking about this, because it's like you say, everybody's in it to win it. But when you're on two, when you lose and you go down, the odds are that you're going to get hurt. And that's something that we do individually. We take that risk. We put our lives in God's hands and we practice our skill. But the reality is that when you're riding with a group, now you're responsible also. Because if you're the organizer, if you're the person that said, hey, let's go, and something happens, now you got to be thinking about, man, maybe it wasn't your fault. Maybe you had nothing to do with it, but you organized, you got everybody together. So make sure that you have, right, people that recognize, that are like-minded, that understand as much as you do the dangers of it. I love Juani from Peterson South, Silver Mohawk. I love that dude. I remember he was giving out a speech a morning. They were going to go out for a ride, and he was giving the safety briefing. And one of the things that he said, and I always
I
remember, is
remember. Remember,
This is no place for hot dogging.
no
If you
hot
want to
dogging.
go fast, this ain't here. That is so important that
And a person
everybody,
that writes a lot.
yeah, yeah, no,
From a person that is
bro,
not scared of speed,
no,
not
no,
scared of
no.
any
This
of that.
guy,
He's an
this, g-
experienced writer.
of course. But see, that's the thing, Ozzy. The thing is that he knows what he's talking about.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
The people that ride, the people that have, hundreds of thousands of miles underneath their belt, understand the perils of hot dogging, understand that there's a time and a place. So you want to do stunting? Oh, you want to be a diner bro and get your shorts on and do all the crazy stuff? By all means. They have these little shows and you do that. No problem. You do that there. You don't do it in a formation, popping wheelies because, you just feel like it. That's not the place and this is not the time. But you as one of the organizers, or listen, man, we carry around a patch that says, I am my brother's keeper. That's what we're talking about. You have to have the fortitude, the foresight to say, we're going to ride safe. Oh, but I like to ride faster. I understand, but you can't do it now.
Go on yourself, man.
This is not the moment. You take it, go speeding when you're alone. It's on you. But not when you're in a group. Within the group, you just keep it so that everybody's comfortable. Not everybody's at the same skill. It's our responsibility to help those people. If you see something, if you see somebody that's hesitant, they're putting their feet down before they make a full stop, bring it up to them. Say, hey, listen, man, put your feet out when you're going to stop or when you've already stopped. Because if not, you can very easily drag your feet, and before you know it, your feet are underneath your bike. And now you're getting thrown from your bike. People don't think about that when they're learning and when they're getting into it. And these are very simple things that can happen and that you can even forget about. But if you see something, say something. That comes with the responsibility of the safety first, right? So that's
absolutely
just to say that.
Listen, but this is fun. And let's say that you're already riding, you're having fun. First ride went well, second ride went well. Man, it's about creating a bond now. Now make it a group, make it official. You're not a group until you're not a group until you're posting selfies. You're not a group until you're and I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at I asked for I want a GoPro the moment that the Insta360 came out, and I got the GoPro because they gave me the GoPro. I didn't ask for the Insta360, and I have the camera, and I tried to do the videos and why not, bro? But it's distracting. But it's important to let people know because that's how you capture. Show those moments. Show pictures, man. It's beautiful. I still look at pictures, dude. I don't know if you remember, and there's a picture of you and I. And I want to say this is in Ormond Beach or this is in Flagler Beach. I don't remember where we're parking and we're freezing. It's one of those Daytona that was cold. We're freezing in there. And
that was the first one. That was the first one.
I said, hey, dude, let's say hi to Mexico. Let's say hi to. I said, let's send a video to the chapter in Mexico. Something in there, and the wind is gusting, and we're just. You see our faces. Hey guys, we're having a good time in here. Here in Daytona, having a good time in here in Daytona. And you're wearing a beanie, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But it was I look at those pictures, dude. We are going far. One of the things that I have in here and it's a beautiful picture I have with me here, and I'll show you later. I have a picture of my pack arriving to an event, and somebody took a picture, and I was like, man, this is epic. Because we're looking for information, handlebar to handlebar, and we just arrived. It looks a beautiful picture. So those are important, dude. It's important to share the love, bro. Enjoy it. It's okay. It's okay. And there is someone. No, I saw the camera. There's someone in there, bro. Find a younger guy. There's someone in there. It could be that enjoys that. Challenge that guy. Challenge that person, right? So the next one, dude, it's not only about motorcycles. It's about what do you do when you are not on to rides or social events. And I'm going to share with you something that in my club we do. This is not something that my club as a whole does. This is my chapter. we have what we call family nights. Uh, so the family night is every month we get together, and not only the ladies are welcome. We don't go on motorcycles. We go on cars because not only the ladies are welcome, but also the kids are welcome. And we just go to someone's house, or we just go to a restaurant, and we just go, and we're just having that good time. We talk about motorcycle, but we just get to know each other, and we're just, getting to know each other's family. Perhaps in my club is a little different because, or in a club on an MC is a little different. I believe in unclehood, um, which is kind of like the extension of brotherhood. I want for my kids to feel safe around my brothers, and for them to know that my brothers are there for them as well. Um, but you can create that, man. And I remember when I was we were in the same organization, we used to do that all the time. No motorcycles, and let's just show up and have a good time. Just have a good time, and just grill some burgers, do some karaoke, whatever is the case. Do whatever you guys do for fun. I promise you, this is going to be pumping blood to the heart of your community. I promise you that.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, again, right? You know what? The pictures, the shared experiences, the meals, right? When you break bread, that's why when people say, come over to my house and let's break bread, breaking bread or sharing a meal, eating, it's fairly intimate when you think about it. And that is something that really creates that bond that you're looking for and that sense of belonging. There's so many people that don't have the opportunity to have that, to have sit down at a table and shared a meal. And you never know how much people sometimes just appreciate that. And like you said, it doesn't have to do anything with the motorcycle. They could, they just arrive. If they have to walk, they walk, for whatever distance. And they would probably, maybe, perhaps even, sometimes some people belong or they participate in other things just because they get to do this other activities. So they say, well, I like to ride, but, I really look forward to the meals. I really look forward to spending time. My family loves the dynamic. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Because at the end of the day, you want to build a relationship with people. And I'm going to say this, and it may sound interesting or funny because we talk a lot about motorcycles and the community and our organizations, but God forbid something happens and I can no longer ride. Does that mean that people are no longer see me as who I am?
Wow,
Not
so
at all.
important, dude. So
Not at
important,
all.
dude. So important.
Not at all. The fact that we're on two wheels and we enjoy what we do and we have fun, that's fine. But really, we want to build relationships.
Yes,
That's the
that are
key.
long
Long-lasting
lasting. Yes.
relationship. And that goes to and I'm gonna fast forward because we don't have a lot of time. It goes to the faith component of what we're talking
Wait,
about, right? But go
let me
ahead, go
let me
ahead,
let,
go
let
ahead.
me let me say something about the long lasting. Year and a half ago or something like that. No, actually, a year ago, I was going to Daytona. President Domina invited me to go to the clubhouses up in Daytona. Hey, visit, just please don't be a stranger. Just go knock doors and visit the guys. They just you're gonna have a good time. But when you visit, don't sit with the new guys. Don't talk to the new guys. Don't talk to the people. Don't talk to find find the oldest brother sitting by the bar and just start talking to him. And I came to find out that a lot of those guys don't ride anymore. They're members of the club. They might be retired from the club. God, this is so fantastic, man. It's so beautiful. That day I was like, man, this is why I want to be part of a motorcycle club. The club takes care of them, help them. They need to move, they move them, bro. You need to move. Okay, I'm going to get everybody to move you. Like, I mean, the amount of love, because it's long lasting, because they have a bond that is beyond the motorcycle. It's beyond it. It's just, they created that family sense. And that wasn't on two wheels. That was sharing those meals. And what you said, bread. So that is so important, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but again, right, listen, man. At the end of the day, you get out what you put in.
Yes, sir. That
And
is absolutely true.
when you invest of your time and you invest of your energy and your life force, right? What, your spirit, really, you're depositing into one another. When you fellowship, when you enjoy time together. And Proverbs 27:17 says, iron sharpens iron, and so one man sharpens another. And that's what we're talking about. And it's, if there are women that are listening, this doesn't mean that this doesn't apply to you. People, right? When people interact, you are, you guys are sowing into each other's lives. And that is what we're talking about. That is what really lasts. And that is what really is going to make a difference in our lives. And there's super important that, the motorcycles and all this stuff, but truly is, what can we bring? How can I bless this person? And you see somebody and you may see them maybe once in a while. When you see them, be intentional in saying, how can I bless this person? How can I make this person's day? And it could be with a word of encouragement. It could be just with a smile. It could be with yo, you know what? I appreciate you. I love you, and that's so important, because you want to build a community around something that is lasting.
That
And
matters, right?
that matters. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about love. We love each other and love one another. That the Bible says that was the greatest commandment. He said, what's the greatest commandment? Jesus says, greatest commandment is that you love one another. Love one another. And that is what builds community, that love.
Yeah.
Common interest, intentionality, plan rides, keep it safe. All that stuff is important, not more important than you really being in it to win it and putting yourself out there and really investing and spending. Yeah. Love doesn't cost a dime. So don't be frugal. Don't be cheap with the love that you invest, people.
Listen, dude, so we covered today, a couple things, how to find your tribe, how to find your community, right? Like, so we just explore that. How do you create a welcoming space? How do you create a space that people wants to join and plan a space where people wants to stay? We cover how to start organizing rides, and we cover how to build something that is lasting, right? And all that to say that if you haven't figured out by now, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. So if you're not willing to put the work, I'm going to tell you the following. Join a community that have been already created. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun in there. You're going to have a lot of fun in there. But if you really feel compelled to build a community, know this. I mean, budget and all that, time, work, sweat, tears, and a little bit of love as well. Because it's a lot of, it is a lot of work. So that's important for you to know. Would you agree with me?
Absolutely. They say, if you know, you know. Talk to people. Talk to people that have tried to do this. Talk to them. And if you don't know them, look online. You will find plenty of people that will, I tried. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort, and it's not easy. And more often than not, they end up quitting. However, what Ozzy was saying is super important. What is it? Do your homework. If you really are looking for a tribe, do your homework. Find the different groups that are existing and check them out. And more importantly, again, we are faith-based men. We are Christ followers. I'm going to tell you what I would highly recommend. Pray on it. Pray. If you have a desire in your heart to join a community, ask God, hey, where should I go? Where am I going to fit in? Where do you want me to be? Where am I going to best be able to serve you? Remember, everything we do should, in one way or another, serve God. That's it. The Bible says that everything we do, we should do as unto the Lord and not for men. And that includes ourselves. That includes ourselves.
Yeah.
So
actually, start with yourself.
Pray on it. And I promise you that you will find the right place for you, and then put in the work. Finding the right place is just a start. Put in the work.
There you have it, guys. That was today's episode. Just closing with this one. Next episode we have it. Have you seen the meme that says that it's a guy saying, "Hey, motorcycles are dangerous."
Yeah.
And then the other guy says, "You mean your wife won't let you buy one?" So we're gonna
100%.
talk about we're gonna talk about that, dude. We're gonna talk about what happened when your wife doesn't let you ride. Dude, you like motorcycles. Oh, I rode in the past. And we're building this one. What can you do? But the most important part is that we're gonna have a victim, meaning someone that has been on the other side. On the I don't want for you to ride a motorcycle. I don't want for you to be on two wheels. We have a guest into our show. We have a wife that is going
Yep.
to might get
It,
hairy, man.
it ain't my wife, baby. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Man, I
Can
don't know.
Ozzy come out and play? That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's what's gonna be. But I answered to it. Hey, babe, I think it's important for you to be in the show, in this episode. You being on the other side, and what did you do? I mean, she
It's
said
a great perspective. It's a great
it
perspective.
is a
It's
good
gonna be a
perspective, man. And it's the first time that we're gonna have a female on the show, so we're not gonna make it custom. But hey, listen, we want to bless you guys. So, guys, thank you so much. That was it for today. It was a good episode. I hope you got something from here. Once again, like, subscribe, share, give us comments, let us know, man. Help the algorithm and help us be found, please. God bless you guys. Have a
yes.
great
Be
time.
blessed, ride safe, and stay safe.
Later, guys.
Peace out.